Chatterbox Lane. Hello, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We're going to start by learning a few new words that will help us to better understand today's story. We're going to visit Chatterbox Lane, a lovely neighbourhood on the outskirts of the small town of Mossy Glen. A neighbourhood is a place where some people live, some people work, and some people play. A neighbourhood is a community. The people who live in a neighbourhood are called neighbours. Neighbours live next door to one another. A person who lives somewhere all the time or for a long period of time in a certain place is called a resident. Chatterbox Lane is a neighbourhood just like yours, except that the residents are tiny animals and not human beings. Let's take a closer look. The houses on Chatterbox Lane are for the most part neat and well cared for, all except the house right at the end of the lane, and we'll find out more about that one later. The houses have quaint wooden roofs and slates that match their front doors. A rambling rose climbs the front wall of the Lucky Bean Lodge, and the aloes are always magnificent in July. A series of stepping stones and a pathway links the houses together. The houses overlook a peaceful pond covered in water lilies surrounded by rushes. A little wooden bench provides the perfect spot to sit and relax by the water's edge. The residents often have neighbourhood get-togethers on the open land next to the pond. I'd love to be able to introduce you to all of them, but today it just won't be possible, for some of the residents work night duty, and a few families are away on holiday. But come and I'll introduce you to old Samuel Shrew. Hello, Samuel. Goodness, but your vegetable garden looks wonderful. Children, can you guess what shrews eat? That was a trick question. No, shrews don't eat vegetables. They eat the slugs and the snails that come to feast on the cauliflower and the lettuce plant. So Samuel grows vegetables to attract the slugs so that he can gobble them up. And then he gives the lovely vegetables away to his friends. Number 6 Chatterbox Lane is set a little bit back from the other houses. It's difficult to see from the path. It's covered in creepers and the garden is overgrown. It looks as if it's trying to hide from the rest of the world. And it's in this house where the quietest, most unobtrusive neighbour lives. Colin the Chameleon is very shy and he keeps to himself. Sometimes his neighbours don't see him for weeks at a time. And what about the untidy little home at the end of the lane, with its sagging roof and boarded-up windows? It could certainly do with a coat of paint, and the front door is falling off its hinges. Who on earth lives there? It's the home of Drat the rat. He spends most of his time grovelling in his neighbours' dustbins. He's got a yard full of rubbish which he's sure will come in useful one day. His neighbours don't really like him. They say he brings down the neighbourhood. But you know, I can't help thinking that there's more to Drat than meets the eye. You'll get to learn more about Samuel, Colin and Drat in the future, and I promise that as soon as I get a chance, I'll introduce you to the other residents of Chatterbox Lane, for they're a delightful bunch. But for now, the sun is setting and the shadows are long, so I'll say goodbye before night falls, and I hope to see you again soon.